This is a battle in the Total War Attila free LC faction update. The White Huns versus the Alans. The Alans now more Alanic faction. They used to be something Germanic in a few Alanic units, but now they have a full roster of Alani units. So I'm commanding the White Huns. I have two Spetscions. They are the Spetscion light tanks. Here, to begin with, I'm using Rapid Advance to try to get in range of these cavalry raiders. I want to take care of them early on because they have a lot of missile damage and a huge bonus versus large. So they were guerrilla deployed and I'm trying to get at them. I have 3 step mounted bows. I have 4 step cataphracts, 2 cyanide spears with their insane massacre ability. We had a 5 melee cavalry max, so that's why I didn't bring any of the Hepthalite chargers, because I wanted shock cav. They're better against infantry, and the Alans have a lot of infantry. And I have 2 Kingilas Kandas, 1 on each side. Then I have 4 Uar warriors in the center, and a step chieftain general. So the early skirmish has started here. We have Alani mounted bows fighting my heavily armored Spetscion archers. I'm not really that worried about this. I'm quite happy to engage this many units as once, deplete their ammo. So the infantry for Obelix, he has 4 Alani swordsmen, 4 elite Agathosai. He has an Alani general. He has noble Alani cavalry, 4 of those. So I need to be very careful with his elite Agathosai and very careful with his noble Alani. Now he has taken some casualties on his bows, but not as rapidly as I'd like. The cavalry raiders are starting to chase me, and I don't want to take any fire from the cavalry raiders. Just want to keep skirmishing a bit, to do damage to his noble Alani, keep kiting them with my horse archers, and doing a nice bit of damage to them here, which is going to be very important for when my step cataphracts engage them. Over here, I'm giving attack orders with my Spetscions. So I'm going to fire into the Alani mounted bows and then give attack orders with the Spetscions, hoping to tie down these guys a bit. And the Spetscions can even eat some javelins because of their high missile block. But I wasn't able to catch these guys here because I am exhausted. I am very slow. I wasn't mindful of that. Because I'd been using precision shots, I'm exhausted, which is very bad. Then I'm much slower than I would be otherwise. So trying to get into the Alani mounted bows here, giving them a quick charge, and then pulling out before the noble Alani cavalry can catch me here. Managing to do some more damage to the mounted bows here. I have to disengage with my Spetscions here. But I did manage to do some damage. And I'm pulling the noble Alani into range of my archers that are posted on the flanks here. But since my Spetscions are exhausted, I have to send out my cyanide spears to help ward off the noble Alani, and it's working. But I did lose a lot of these Spetscion archers. Obelix is also losing a lot of his noble Alani cavalry though, so that's good. But I wasn't mindful of my stamina with these Spetscions, and that's bad. Managed to kill some noble Alani with my cyanide spears, so I'm going to push those up. Keep firing on the noble Alani cavalry, causing more casualties to them. And the Alani mounted bow is not doing too well at all, so I'm just going to use my cyanide spears here to screen away the cavalry, so I'm able to do damage at range with my Spetscion archers. But of course, Obelix pushes up his infantry, being a smart man, so I have to disengage. I'm doing more damage to the noble Alani, getting shot a bit by the Alani mounted bows. But overall, my horse skirmishers are doing better. This early damage is so important. Now I have a very depleted unit of Spetscions here. I'm going to try to use it to chase away these units, getting rare shots on the noble Alani here. And charging into the Alani mounted bows with the Spetscions. So now there's going to be friendly fire cost to this unit, and my unit should be better off there because it has more armor. So charged with the step cataphracts into the Alani swords. Now I'm pulling back before the noble Alani can come and engage. And yeah, the Alani mounted bows are taking a massive beating from my horse archers. Sending the step cataphracts charging into the Noble Alani cavalry. So far, things are going close to perfect for me if I wasn't so careless with my Spetscience. Killing off this Alani mounted bow, but I turned skirmish formation off. So now I'm getting charged here by Noble Alani cavalry, and that is of course very bad. Charging in with my cataphracts, charging in with my cyanide spears to kill off the Noble Alani cavalry there. So I managed to save some of my step mounted bows at least. That's something. Sending in the spears to support in the fight here. Step cataphracts just got the charge against the cavalry raiders here. So things are not looking horrible for me at the moment. Managed to get some good charges in against the Noble Alani. Managed to get the spears in there. But this is what's going to kill me, I think. The Elite Agathosai are going to be able to charge in. Sending my UR warriors in against the Elite Agathosai. Sending in another unit of Kingilas Kondas. I should have waited with that unit, really. I really should have waited with that unit. Because now the charge bonus is going to affect multiple units here. So Kingilas Kondas not getting a charge here because Obelix is starting to wrap around it. My spears or cyanide spears are holding, losing my step cataphracts, but they have done their job. Charging into the general here with the step cataphracts, but the step cataphracts are the inferior unit. So trying to get my step cataphracts out of the fight here, so I'm able to get another charge. Sending the UR warriors in against the enemy general. And here you'll see the Elite Agathosai in Headhunt are killing 2 units very rapidly. So over here I'm trying to use my UR warriors to deal with this blob of enemy units, but there are so many Alani units in that blob. Sending the step cataphracts, charging into the flank of the Alani general. He's winning slightly, but he took quite some damage. But this is how important the Elite Agathosai are. They are still in the fight because they had their ability. And now I made a mistake. I sent my step chieftain in against the Noble Alani cavalry because I wanted to stop it, but that's going to lose me my general. And losing the general at this point could lose me the fight. I should have just disengaged with these guys. But let's see what happens. Now the step cataphracts going in for a rear charge here, or going in for the general actually. I want to go and take care of the enemy general. So I have quite a bit of ammunition left. I'm firing on the Elite Agathosai. I'm helping to kill my own general here apparently. So charging with the step cataphracts into the back of the Alani general here. So he should be losing a few men. Yeah, he's losing a few men. Sending in the Kingilas Kondas to support. And trying to surround the Alani general with my Spetscience here. They're doing a bit more damage. And now my general died. So that's very bad, because there's a lot of Noble Alani left on the field. I don't have that much cavalry. Just trying to get a quick rear charge in on the Noble Alani here to break them. They didn't break, however, because they hit charge speed. And when they hit charge speed, they get a bonus to their they get a bonus to their morale. Now the Kingilas Kondas are still fighting here, but they could get just cavalried to death. This is enough cavalry to kill them, I think. So I'm trying to just send in, get the charge bonus, do as much damage to the cavalry as possible. And also trying to... here UR warriors breaking, running off. And I really shouldn't have been using flaming shots into this blob right now. I wanted to kill the enemy cav, but I'm also penalizing my own morale. And that's very, very bad. Because I need my units to stay in the fight as long as possible. But Obelix has so much cavalry left. So sending the Spetscience in to attack the rear of this Alani general. They should be able to deal with him, firing into the rear. But once again, I'm making the mistake of firing into a blob where I have my own units as well. So I'm going to be able to kill the Alani general quicker, but I'm also penalizing the morale of my Spetscience. And the morale is already shaky, but I was able to take care of the enemy general, so that's very good. I'm pouring the fire into the Noble Alani. Now I have 2 horse archer units left. And there's only this Noble Alani, so at this point I'm thinking, yes, I won this battle. But what's going to happen if you take a look at the balance of power here? Look at what happens as I deplete my ammunition. This is quite interesting. So as I deplete my ammunition, the balance of power starts shifting in Obelix's favor. So I'm not losing any men here, but I am losing ammunition. So even though I'm killing Obelix's men, I'm about to get hit by the outnumbered penalty. So even though I would be able to... I have one volley left here. So even though I could be able to break the unit by that one volley and charge in, I actually break before being able to charge Obelix's wavering unit. I lost due to my morale going to shit. And that was because I lost ammunition on my skirmish units. So when you lose ammunition on your skirmish units, you actually lose balance of power. Now let's see, the Kingalas Kandas do a decent job, the Ur Warriors do a decent job, the Spears do a decent job. What stands out to me here as the units that I mismicroed were the step-mounted bows and the Spetzion archers. Because the Elite Gathrasai did extremely well, and the Noble Alani that I wasn't able to stop did extremely well. My skirmish did a lot better than Obelix's skirmish, which is to be expected. Some of his Alani swordsmen do a good job here. But, I mean, running these Spetzions archers around being exhausted was a mistake that cost me dearly. And I also think that using 2 units against an Elite Gathrasai was a mistake. I should have waited for the charge bonus to die down and then send in my units. But that's what happens in the heat of battle. So I managed to lose that battle with 359 men remaining, and Obelix had 1100 men remaining. He also took more losses than I did, but that came down to me having low morale skirmish units left, and although I had 2 almost full strength units, the Noble Alani cavalry just weighed heavily in Obelix's favor. And I think it might have been possible to defeat that depleted Noble Alani with a charge from the step-mounted bows, a rear charge, surround the unit, get the penalties. But a very close game and a very fun game. Now, I don't think the White Huns and the Allans are necessarily equally matched, and I'll show you why in another battle. Strength and honor.